Imagine yourself in an everyday situation. Once again, your child is demanding something, and even though you know you shouldn't give in, you do because it's easier than dealing with the tantrum. Does this scene sound familiar? If so, you're not alone. In this video, we will explore why many parents, almost unconsciously, end up becoming hostages to their children's whims. We'll analyze the reasons behind this, identify the signs, and discover how we can transform this dynamic to regain balance in family life. Our goal is to provide you with valuable insights and practical solutions to improve your interaction with your children. After all, a harmonious family environment is essential not only for your well-being, but also for the healthy development of children. We live in times when the role of parents is constantly being reevaluated. With the new demands of modern life and the fast-paced cultural changes, many face the challenge of raising children, who seem to have increasing control over family dynamics. For many parents, the line between being attentive and permissive has become thin. The pressure to be the best parent, combined with the natural desire to see your children happy, often leads to behavior where parents repeatedly yield to their children's wishes. This can happen in an attempt to avoid conflict or simply in the pursuit of a more peaceful coexistence. Consider situations like the child who insists on buying toys every time they visit the mall, and the parent who, out of exhaustion or guilt, ends up always complying. Or the teenager who constantly challenges rules and schedules, knowing that in the end, their parents will bend them to some extent. These examples are just the tip of the iceberg. They reveal how small acts of concession, repeated over time, can transform family dynamics to a point where parents feel deprived of authority. The hostage parents dynamic is not just a result of indulgence, it is also a reflection of a challenge faced by many in the quest for a balance between love, discipline, and maintaining a healthy relationship with their children. The situation in which parents find themselves often captive to their children's wants does not arise suddenly. There are several elements that contribute to this situation, and it is essential to understand them to reverse the scenario. Many parents today face a sense of guilt, often fueled by the perception that they didn't spend enough time with their children due to work commitments. This guilt can lead to softer decisions in an attempt to compensate for the absence, resulting in excessive permissiveness. Children, by nature, are always testing boundaries and observing the outcomes of their actions to understand how the world works. When they notice that certain behaviors result in parental indulgence, these practices can be repeated and become standard behaviors. Thus, the child assumes a position of power, influencing family decisions. In our connected society, parents often compare themselves to ideal standards presented on social media. This environment creates additional pressure to be seen as perfect parents, reinforcing the idea that yielding to children's demands is part of that ideal. The fear of external criticism, or that their children may be deprived compared to others, also weighs in. These dynamics combined not only affect parental authority, but also undermine family cohesion. Allowing children to dominate decisions through manipulation can fracture unity and respect within the family, leading to an environment of continuous stress and tension. Recognizing early signs that children are exerting excessive control over family dynamics is essential. Identifying these signs can help parents intervene before the situation deteriorates. One of the most evident signs is when parents begin to avoid certain words or discussions for fear of displeasing their children. Another indicator is the constant feeling of walking on eggshells, worried about their children's reactions. When family decisions routinely revolve around the children's desires, or there's a tendency to yield to tantrums to avoid conflicts, it is a clear sign that roles may be reversed. The absence of well-defined boundaries can hinder children's development. They may struggle to cope with frustration and develop the false belief that the world will always revolve around their wants and needs. For parents, the long-term consequence is emotional and mental exhaustion. There may be an increase in household tension, and the sense of being overwhelmed and powerless can be overwhelming. Unfortunately, if this cycle is not interrupted, the imbalance can irrevocably affect the harmony and mutual respect needed for a healthy and functional home. For many parents, recognizing that they are trapped in a cycle where children hold authority is an important first step. However, true transformation comes from implementing strategies that promote change. Limits are fundamental for any child's development. They understand that rules and consequences are natural parts of life. To effectively implement boundaries, parents must be consistent in their application. This means that established rules must be followed and consequences applied as necessary. For example, if a bedtime rule is broken, the consequence should be a reduction in screen time the next day. Effective communication is the foundation of a healthy family relationship. Encourage open communication where all family members feel their opinions are valued. Create an environment of trust where children feel they can express their feelings without fear of judgment. This not only strengthens the family bond, but also teaches children critical social skills. Spending quality time with children is essential. This doesn't necessarily mean spending endless hours together, but rather creating meaningful moments that reinforce the emotional connection. Engaging in joint activities, whether it's a board game, a walk in the park, or even cooking a meal together, can strengthen bonds and create positive memories. Parents need to remember that they are role models for their children. Demonstrating respectful, responsible, and fair behavior teaches children the importance of ethics and respect. Additionally, there is no shame in seeking external support. If family dynamics seem uncontrollable, considering the help of a family therapist can be extremely beneficial. External counseling can offer perspectives and strategies that may not have been previously considered. Reversing the situation where parents become hostages to their children is not an immediate process. It takes time and patience. However, by implementing these practical solutions, parents not only regain control and tranquility in their homes, but also provide a more balanced and healthy environment for their children to grow, learn, and flourish. Throughout this video, we explored the complex theme of parents becoming hostages to their children. We discussed how to avoid this phenomenon by understanding the factors that trigger it, and presented practical solutions that parents can implement to alter this dynamic. We saw the importance of establishing clear boundaries, maintaining open communication, dedicating quality time, and seeking external support when necessary. By implementing these strategies, we not only restore balance in domestic life, but we also create an environment where children can grow in a safe and structured space. This benefits not only the emotional health of parents, but, above all, the healthy development of children. Now, it's your turn to act. Share in the comments a situation where you felt hostage to your children's wants and how you plan to apply these tips in your daily life. If this video was helpful to you, don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and share the video with other parents who might be facing the same challenges. See you next time.